podcast. How you going, buddy?
Very good, mate. Very good. We've just been chatting for the better part of 40 minutes, and then we're like, oh, we should probably hit record.
Yeah, that went real quick, didn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've got a lot to talk about to each other because we haven't been talking on a weekly basis as per normal.
I've been trying to let you enjoy your hatchling.
And I've been screaming for a catch-up and a whiskey, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. You're on a whiskies. I'm on the gluten-free beers because I've drank all mine because I've had some busy few weeks and, you know, we've been heaps busy. Like, I only just noticed your name.
My name? Mr.
Mr.
Sleepy.
Sleepy. I just noticed that, yeah.
Yeah. It rings true.
Oh, mate, you're preaching to the choir here, mate. So, what's been happening anyway?
Yeah. I don't know what happened then. I think we just had a little mini dropout.
That's probably me. I've got a storm coming over.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
What's been happening anyway?
Went back to work for the first day today. Yeah, it's been fun.
How was that?
It was tough. It was tough. I just kind of feel like I missed him today. You know, didn't really get to interact with him at all, and kind of came home and waited for him to wake up and gave him a quick bath and said goodnight. So,
You went to sleep and now you're here talking to me.
Well, I don't know if he went to sleep. I just left him with my wife. I was like, okay, my job's done.
Yep, I know that feeling. But
I don't have the food on board.
how's the animals going, mate? My internet is playing up.
It sure is. You're like a little robot.
I'll just hide my camera. Hold my camera a bit. Hopefully my audio gets better. So I have to stare
That's
at
going
my
to be
ugly
weird.
mug.
I'll have to pull up a photo of you and just stick it in front of my laptop so I know who I'm talking
That's
to.
that's even weirder.
Who knows what incriminating evidence I've got on this phone? No, I don't think I've got anything that bad. I've probably just got your ass stick in the air when you're taking a photo of a scaly foot or something.
Yeah, I saw Adam Bryce post a good meme about taking hurt photos.
Yeah.
Head down, ass up. And I just had a quick laugh because that was definitely true.
Yeah, it's the way it goes, unfortunately. Especially for those ground-dwelling species. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, man, apart from now, I've been pretty busy, actually. You know, whenever the little fella's been asleep, I've been building bits and pieces and you know, kind of filming a few videos and stuff here and there, so...
Yeah, I noticed you've dropped a few videos lately, which is good.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of try to stack them up while I could, because God knows how I'm going to feel once I'm, like, at work and sleep-deprived at home and all the rest of it, so at least I could kind of trickle something out for the next couple months, hopefully, which will be good.
Yeah, no, that'll be good. Yeah, you sent me that video today. I might watch that after.
Oh, that's the sneaky
Everyone's
one.
in bed.
That's the sneaky one.
The sneaky one,
yeah.
that's why I didn't say anything about it, so...
Yeah. That's the patron only. You got to pay top dollar for that one. Yeah.
$3.50.
Yeah, I can't remember what that's worth. I think that's like $7.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's the chip in for the bug bill tier. There you go. So, yeah, no, I've been stacking a few things up because I've finished the green tree python enclosures. I've almost finished the termite mounds. I've decked out a few things here, which I'm kind of like updating people on. Yeah, all in all, I think everything's just kind of coming together. I just need to really sort out Finney's room, just because it is chock-a-block with lizards still. So,
Yep.
or actually more snakes than lizards in that room. I think I've only got two lizards in that room. But yeah, we'll get there. I think I've kind of come to the conclusion that I'm going to try to move Loki on, just because that space is just
Big space.
Big space, big lizard.
Yeah.
You know, just everything there. I did suggest to the wife if we could build a bunk bed on top of her cage, but she wasn't
Maybe
opposed.
if he was older.
Yeah, you know, if he was like 5 or something like that, you know,
Yeah.
it might be a bit different to, 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Probably a
Just
little soon. Yeah. I was like, he's got a warm side, he's got a cool side, he can thermoregulate and just
be
roll
nice and
around
warm
up
in
there.
winter.
Yeah, be nice and cozy.
Yeah.
No, so yeah, I think I'm not going to rush out and just find any old person for her. I really want to find somebody that's going to give her, a real bigger enclosure than what she's in, ideally.
Yeah.
You know, because I think I'm looking at her and basically going, with everything I'm doing and seeing and, you know, behaviour I'm watching in her, I'm like, she just needs more space. So,
Yeah.
you know, a bit more enrichment or something for her. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway.
There are two in New South Wales, aren't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah.
They are two? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like pretty much no monitors on the R1. You get Aki's, Tristus, Gillans, and Sandy's.
Yeah. Yeah, and the rest are all, that's right, yeah.
Which is stupid because there's so many tiny monitors out there which would be perfect for R1 monitors.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can't get them. And then you go to an R2 and you go and buy yourself a 6-foot lace monitor. And, you know, the amount of lace monitors you see for sale once they hit that like 4-foot mark, that's like the magic number.
It can be pretty intimidating, those things, that's for sure.
Bloody oath. That's why I don't have one.
Yeah.
I can appreciate them out in the bush.
Yeah.
I think one day if I ever had like a property or something like that, I might get one. But
Nice big outdoor aviary or something.
yeah, exactly. Something massive that I could do. Not have to worry about them, you know, heat lights and all the rest of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. One day. But yeah, no, like things are pretty crazy here. A few animals are starting to wake up. Finally going to get rid of some mice this week, which will be good because there's like, I just put like half a sweet potato in and it just disappears.
Yeah, right. How many have you counted them yet?
I think it's a little higher than 20 now.
Jesus.
Yeah. So anyway, I should hopefully half that this week.
That's crazy.
Which will be good. There's so much cleaning, man. That's the downside to mammals. They just non-stop metabolisms. So
yeah,
cleaning that enclosure every couple of days is kind of worn thin on me.
I bet.
Yeah, especially with everything else obviously going on. But no, most things are going pretty good here. I think everything's kind of starting to perk up a little bit now, just with those few hotter days that we're getting.
Here too.
You were saying before you've got a few lizards and stuff that are poking out.
Yeah, starting to come out and feed. Obviously, the leaf tails still feed pretty regularly, but they slow down a little bit. But some of the other stuff are perking up a bit and wanting a bit more food. So
yeah,
the cricket shortage doesn't help. So
I went back to work. This is the first day back to work, and I did a cricket order, and I can't remember who it was, but somebody turned around and I said, "Good luck." I was like, "All right, that good still." Yeah, that's shocking.
No, I managed to get some from Cricket King.
Oh, nice. But, don't tell everyone your supplier.
No, they're pretty good, Cricket King, so they haven't really had too much of a shortage. But, I mean, it takes a couple extra days to get them. Whereas with where I used to get them from, you just order them and I'd get them the next day. Or if I order them at 6 o'clock in the morning, they'd be there at like 4 o'clock in the arvo.
Yeah, right. Okay, that's pretty good.
But that was handy. But
oh well, 2 days, 3 days. I think that's pretty reasonable as long as you know what you need.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's still good.
Thinking ahead.
Yeah, but I had a brain fart and ordered it on Thursday, and they don't ship till Monday.
That makes sense.
No, that's all right. So I had to run down to Pet Stock and load up on $5 tubs.
Did they have live ones in there, or did you have to do like the little shake to make sure they had at least half a box full?
Did the shake, then worked out which ones were the old ones, and just took all the ones from the back that were all the new ones.
Stock rotation at its finest. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least you got some.
Yeah. They had a feed, and then cricket should hopefully come tomorrow. So, but no, I'm definitely going to start a woody colony, I think.
I actually, while I was off, I bought a bunch of dog pellets for the wood roaches.
Oh yeah.
Because like I watched that Verana Bay video again on wood roach breeding.
Yeah.
And he's like, pretty much buy the cheapest dog food because it's got that much more filler in it rather than protein sort of thing. So they tend to kind of be better for the wood roaches. I think I bought like a 3 kilo bag or something like that. I cracked the old NutriBullet out that I never use and like turned half of it into powder. It is amazing how quick they eat that when it's like so finely chopped up, essentially. Because I just got like a little bucket from Bunnings with a lid or whatever, then I just kind of like handful scoop out this stuff into like some containers inside of the colonies, and within a couple of days they've eaten like a half a Chinese container worth of, dog food powder essentially. So
wow,
I'm hoping that kind of just boosts them to be able to eat food quicker, reproduce quicker,
Yeah.
Kind of keep up the speed, so to speak.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of belted one colony pretty good, so there's not much left in one of the colonies. So I'm kind of hoping that I don't keep going through this quick this early on, because I've got
Yeah.
4 tubs up there. I'd like to think that I've got enough there, but it'll be interesting.
Yeah, should be right, I reckon.
Should be.
If you can supplement it with some crickets here and there, you should be right.
Yeah, we'll see. I kind of like. I'm enjoying the woodies though, just because I'm finding that, like, honestly, you go to like a gecko and you give them 2 woodies, and they're like fat and healthy, or
Yeah.
chubby looking, not just kind of like you have to put half a dozen crickets in there, and
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see how long it lasts. Knowing my luck, I'll kick over a tub of woodies or something, and then my wife will get angry at me, and we'll never have woodies again. So.
Like you did with the crickets.
Like I did with the crickets. At least the crickets couldn't like set up shop, where the wood roaches could quite easily just live wherever and whenever.
I'll tell you what, the crickets don't last in my containers that long, but they last in my room for ages.
That's always the case.
Yeah, especially the bigger ones. Like you'll hear it chirping every so often, because I was working out of here on Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
At a doing my solar battery course.
Yeah.
And I was sitting here and all day I could just hear crickets, and I'm like, it was a Zoom as well. And I'm like, had to keep muting myself. I'm like, where the fuck is this thing? Excuse my French, but it's driving me insane. Hey, couldn't find it.
That's the life of a lizard keeper. You just got to deal with bugs, and
that's why I'm like, maybe I should just go woodies.
Yeah.
They make noise.
But then you'll have
if you get a cup,
you'll have a situation like I had the other day though. My wife went to do a load of washing. And she's like, "Oh, there's a leaf in the washing machine." She pulled out a wood roach out of the washing machine. She's like, "It was dead." She's like, "Hopefully we haven't been washing our clothes with this woody just like hanging around in there." She's like, "Yeah, not real impressed, Luke." Good hope. Yeah.
that's funny. But I've got the shed, so that'll be all right.
Yeah, you're able to do it there.
Yeah, might even get some chickens again.
Yeah, right.
You can pick off the
the stragglers.
Stragglers that go out of the shed. You can get some nice eggs then too.
Yeah. Then you could always, if you end up breeding some snakes or something like that down the line, if you get a few snakes under your belt or whatever, you could always rub some mice on some chickens if you need a bit of bird scent on there.
That's it. Bird scent, good to go. I've got gecko skins, so
yeah.
They seem to work pretty good apparently. But
I've told you that I owned 2 quail at one point, just tortured with pinky mice so I could get Antaresia to eat.
I think you did.
Yeah. And then over like the few months that I owned them, I saved up all the eggs and had like the tiniest quail omelette you've ever seen. Didn't even want to give them to the goannas.
Yeah, I used to have silkies and they got small eggs.
They're
tasty if it's small.
They're a cute little chicken, those things.
Yeah, one killed the other one, and then the other one we just gave to my brother.
Oh, fair enough.
So,
yeah.
But, yeah.
I went for a walk with Luke Yongans on Sunday before you ended up catching up with him. Went for a...
Yeah, how was that?
It was actually really good, because he grew up locally to where I am now, so he knows like a lot of
He's
tracks.
super close to you.
Oh, he's like around the corner. Yeah, I haven't been to his place yet, but I know he's there. Yeah.
Yeah, I picked him up the other day and I was like, you're like literally right near Luke. I think my internet's playing up again. Yeah, I was like, you're right near Luke. And then, like, right near you. He's like, yeah. He goes, I can like walk there in 2 minutes or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nothing, eh?
Give or take. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we went like literally a 5-minute drive from my house. To a track that I didn't know existed, and walked it for. We were on that track. It was probably about 5 hours by the time we got back to the car. 4 or 5 hours or something like that. So we went for a bit of a bush bash and stuff like that. And man, some of the scenery up there is just amazing. Hey, just like I'm pretty sure it looks over the Hawkesbury, and you can see like just for miles. And there's like black cockatoos flying through the valley and stuff. Absolutely amazing. I think we saw a couple of white skinks, and we also chased a whip snake for a little while before it got away from us. So Saw a couple of reptiles out.
That's
But
good.
yeah, that was awesome. Did I tell you about my walk with Simon like a couple of nights before that?
You said you were going. You invited me,
Yeah.
but I couldn't make it.
24
didn't tell me.
broad-tailed geckos.
That's crazy.
There was 7 in one crack.
Oh, really?
Like, they were just everywhere. It was like as soon as you found a crack of sandstone and shone a light in it, it was bang, there's a broadtail. And then
Yeah.
probably I'd say about half of them were exposed, but a lot of
Yeah.
them were like just tucked in.
Tucked in away.
Yeah, but it was just so cool to see so many of them. Like, the area that I kind of used to herp a lot, you'd maybe see 1 or 2 in a night sort of thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't like something you just smashed out like that. And he's like, oh, we almost beat my record of 26.
Wow.
That was pretty cool, though.
Yeah, no, they are pretty cool.
Yeah.
They definitely are. But you always, because I remember I used to do heaps of solar around the northern beaches, and like you'd go grab some roof tiles from under the house, because you might break the odd 1 or 2 roof tiles, and you'd pull the roof tiles apart, and you'd always find them in between the roof tiles that were just stacked up under the house, always.
Yeah.
Nice, big, robust ones.
Yeah. It was so cool to see them, like, just en masse, and heaps of, pretty much, I'm going to say 2/3 of them were like original tails. Not all of them had mites, which was kind of nice as well. Yeah, they were just good looking geckos. Like, a lot of them were just solid. They looked like they were just on a good paddock.
Like real healthy.
Yeah. Yeah. There was none of them looked like they were skinny or underweight or any of that. How's old mate? Just chiming in there.
Yeah, he's going off tonight.
Oh. Better
Tell you
you
what,
than
they've
me.
grown quite a bit.
Have they?
Yeah.
Good little frogs, those green streams.
Yeah, they are. I like them. Yeah, he's been going off lately. He was going off the other day too, when I was doing my course as well. The cricket would go, then he'd go. I remember I thought I was sitting in a rainforest because I had my camera off.
They would have been like, what the hell is going on in Jason's
What's
place?
going on there? But yeah, no, because I saw Luke, because I went down to the Rick Shine book launch on Saturday for the Australian Herp Society.
How was that?
Yeah, it was so good. It was good just to go down and put some faces to some names, some people that I've spoken to over the years and all that stuff. And I didn't spend as much money on books as I thought I was going to, but
That's all right.
the boys were into me.
Gave you a good ribbing for it?
Yeah, every book that come up for auction, they're like, you going to bid on it? I'm like, nah, I've got this one. But obviously, they were all Rick Shine books, so if you got it, you could have got him to sign it. But yeah, no, I didn't even buy any Rick Shine books because I had all the ones that were there. What I wanted to do, though, is I wanted to get the paperback version of the one that come out
Okay.
and get him to sign that, but I ordered them, but they didn't come in time, so.
Fair enough.
But anyway, it's always next time.
There always is, mate. There always is. It
But
looked
no, it
like
was
a
really
killer event, hey? Like, there was...
It was packed.
It looked packed. Like, as I was looking through a lot of the photos, I'm like, I think I know, like, probably at least a solid 40 to 50% of the people there. Or at least know of them. So, yeah, there's a lot of faces that I recognised.
But no, I haven't read it yet. It's going to be the next one I read, but it's kind of like almost like a little autobiography.
Oh, cool.
So, but they kind of gave like a brief overview and had a few speakers come up and talk and stuff like that. And they had the auctions and all that kind of stuff. But, it was a really good night.
Yeah. Looked like there was some good gear there for sale as well, apart from just obviously Rick's books. There looked like there was some Alana's work.
Alana's artworks,
That
yeah.
was
So
amazing.
they had, I know Luke got the Shines Whip Snake artwork, and there was a Red Belly that was off in the raffle. That Red Belly was awesome because it was like printed on like an excerpt out of a book. I don't know which book it was.
Yeah.
But it just looked unreal. As soon as I walked in, I saw it. I'm like, man, that's so cool.
Yeah, imagine that hanging up in the herp room.
Oh, yeah. Imagine, yeah, I wanted to win that, and obviously didn't win it, but, always next time. But, yeah, and then the one that Luke got, the Whip Snake, that looked awesome too.
Yeah.
Came out really good.
Yeah. I think at some stage I might have to get a piece off Alana because her stuff, I've been admiring that for a while now, and
Yeah,
it's unreal.
she's always done awesome stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's good to meet new people as well and all that. Because like I don't really talk to people. Like if like I don't go out of my way to talk to people. If someone comes over, like they usually come and speak to me or something. Like I'm not an introvert, but I'm not an extrovert, if that makes sense.
Like a quiet observer.
Yeah. Like, oh, I recognise that person, and I might say hi if I walk past them, but yeah. But no, a few people come up and said hi, and Luke Glendenning came up.
Oh, yeah, sweet.
Said hi.
Yep.
Yeah, chatted about your diamonds and
Yep.
my logo and all that stuff, so that was good to have a
wicked.
chat with him, put a face to his name. I remember looking at him like, this looks heaps familiar. I didn't click, and then he came up and said hi, and a few other people. Well, it was a really good night. I enjoyed it.
He's a good guy, Luke. I've actually I messaged him not too long ago, a couple of days ago now, I think, because he only lives like maybe 20 minutes from me. He's up in around Brooklyn, I think, or around Cowan or something like that.
Yep.
So he I think he's got a few herp spots up that way. So I might kind of, if I happen to be able to get out during summer, that might be a nice area to go and check out as well. Yeah. No, it looked like a killer night, man. I was sitting at home at that stage, kind of being a little bit jealous of what I was seeing come up, going, damn, there's a bunch of good stuff there, a bunch of good people. It would have been good to have a yarn with, but
yeah. But it was hard not to bid on some books. There was some books I was tempted to, but like the Rick Shine book with the Piker Pod on the cover, I was pretty tempted, but I was like, nah, it's going to go for a Malta.
Yeah.
So I didn't even bother trying to bid in, but yeah, that went for I think 1,500 or something like that. I think
that's because he signed it too, though, didn't he?
Yeah, it's the only one he signed. Yeah. So, but no, I'm keen to sink my teeth into this new one though. I think I might wait till I get the soft cover though, and just read one of the soft cover ones.
Yeah, fair enough.
Save the hard covers.
Yep.
But got your one here too, so I will have to catch up and drop it off to you.
Yeah, that's exciting. I want to come up and see those new enclosures you got sitting behind you.
Yeah. No, they turned out good. I've just got to finish them off now, so nice and big.
Gonna have a killer
few more
backdrop
supplies
behind
come.
you.
Yeah, it'll look good once it's all finished, especially once the bottom ones are in too.
Yeah.
So got some more supplies come today. Just got a couple more pieces, and then I can start putting them together. I just want to do them all in one go. I don't want to do one and then the next one. I just want to do, if I do the foam, I want to put all the foam in. Do the concrete, do all the concrete, all the mock rock, do everything in one go. So
have you decided what sort of foam you're using? Are you going to just use the boards and then fill out with expanding foam, or just expanding foam? Or
I'm going to use, I've got just normal polystyrene.
Yep.
Like, it pretty much goes under your house, under your floors.
Mm-hmm.
Just wedges in between them. They're like probably 500 by 1.2 or something long, I think.
Oh, sweet.
I've got a whole bunch of them. And then I might, my removable perch thing, you just do that in the bastion board or so it's a bit more denser and doesn't break as much.
Yeah, probably.
But if it's a background with concrete on it, it'll be pretty solid, so I'm not too fussed about what foam I use there. So
yeah, definitely a benefit to this stuff. You're not going to have that same sort of flex.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Keep
cool.
it nice and strong. But no, just need time.
Yeah, I'm learning that. That's something that like all of a sudden we'd be sitting down going, how the hell is it 6 o'clock already? Like I felt like we just woke up.
Yeah.
I've
Just gone to sleep and you wake up and you're like, what's going on?
Yeah. I'm getting used to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That definitely feels like that. It's like the other night he was asleep and I was like, oh, I'm just going to run around and try to feed the geckos, like give me 20 minutes sort of thing, like just crossing my fingers hoping that he's going to stay asleep. He did. But yeah, that's all good. All good. Well, what else has been happening? No new animals or anything like that, I'm assuming, at this stage? No hatchies or anything?
Nah, nothing like that. No hatches or anything yet. No eggs. The only thing that I'll get new is if I find some females for some male leaf tails. That's about all I'm going to add from now on.
Yep.
Pretty much. So I'm kind of happy with what I've got.
Yeah, wicked.
Just get a couple more, yeah. Like if I can make some trios or Oh, and some Swaney. I need some Swaney. I'd love to get some Swaney.
I can't say that I've seen those around for ages.
Nah, neither. But yeah, that's probably the only new thing I'd had. I've got obviously the green. I'll wait till that's older and get a male or female.
How's that little one
In
tracking?
saying that though, yeah, pretty good, eh? It's a little bit finicky on food still, but
Yeah.
has its moments.
What are you feeding? Are you just offering like pinkies
Just
or
mice.
fuzzies or something?
Yeah, pinkies. He's still on pinkies. Fuzzies are a bit too big for him.
And you haven't mucked
Sometimes
around
he
with
just won't.
scenting or anything?
Nah, if I leave it in there, he'll take it. Sometimes he'll have the odd time he won't. Sometimes he'll take it off the tongs.
Okay, that's not too bad.
It's a bit hit or miss sometimes, but yeah.
Don't-
The only problem is with putting him in the. I made the mistake of he ate off the tongs, put the lid on, I clicked the latch in. I was like, "You're an idiot! What did I do that for?"
Mate, sit down for 20 minutes, enjoy a beer, and watch your
All I
snake
can do is
ease.
just walk outside.
Yeah.
Just walk outside.
If that was me, though, I'd walk outside, he'd eat the mouse and crawl off somewhere.
Yeah, that's why I didn't. I just put something on it.
Yeah,
But yeah, I was like, "You're an idiot! What did I do that for?"
I've done that so many times.
Yeah,
Especially like heaps of antaresia and stuff. Oh. I reckon I can count my lucky stars for how well my greens ate for me. I was dreading having to feed those things.
yeah,
I got super lucky. Super lucky.
yeah.
Mine actually have acclimated to their new tanks so far very, very well, hey. Like,
Have you got? Are they individual or are they in pairs or?
in pairs. So,
Yeah.
unsexed pairs because they're still way too small.
Yeah,
But they're so small in the tanks that I just wait for them to be like well and truly separated and then feed them there,
Yeah.
like when I'm at home too, so I can kind of just watch them
yeah,
over the next couple of hours sort of thing.
yeah,
So far, so good. I mean, obviously, housing any snake together is a risk, but, you know, I'd like to think I've got a somewhat educated risk happening.
yeah,
But yeah, so far so good. It's really what I'm really digging though is being able to see them like actually display like natural hunting behaviors. You know, like hanging really high in the tank of the daytime, or if they're lower, they go behind shelter, i.e., like plants and stuff. But then of a night time, like seeing them like go down towards the bottom of the enclosure and like hang off a vertical branch. They'll like wind around a vertical branch or kind of like semi hug it. Then with their head like 3-4
pretty
centimeters off the bottom. That's cool.
Yeah.
In the little tanks that I've done as well, I've kind of incorporated that same sort of rain system that I did with the Boyds, just using a dosing pump and a bit of hose irrigation and stuff. And what I did see in one of them is really cool, where a leaf actually filled up with water, and he went down and drank out of the leaf. So I was like instead of going to like a water bowl or licking off a perch or something like that, he's like, there's drips going into that leaf. I'll go and have a drink. So
that's pretty cool.
that was pretty mad. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I want to get a nice little enclosure.
Yeah.
And set it up in that, just so I can see it. It's in a tub at the moment.
I mean, even something like a 600 cube or something would be awesome, because you could do that.
I will have a spare one of them.
Yeah, well, that's kind of why I mentioned that. Once you kind of do your little bit of a reshuffle, you could probably look at something like that.
Yeah.
Best part about that
that'd be
enclosure is
perfect.
you wouldn't have to do much to it. You'd maybe just add a few extra branches,
Yeah, that's exactly it.
because it's already set up for a
It's got the
rainforest.
plants. Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably just add some palm or something in there, like something with a bit bigger frond, so I could kind of hide in there, kind of thing. So
Yep.
a couple more branches, some smaller ones, and whatnot.
Just a bit of heating.
Yes, that's the other thing too. Some heating.
That-
But the
that
vent
was-
on the top's small. But I do have some heat panels here somewhere. Little 300 ones.
Oh,
That-
wicked.
I wouldn't. Somewhere. I don't know where they went. I tripped over it before because my room is a mess.
That was the one thing that I struggled with, is kind of tinkering around with heating for those enclosures, because I was originally going to use a heat panel split across both enclosures.
Yeah, but it being glass.
Yeah, they really lost the heat. Like, I think I maxed out at 26 at the hot spots.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's just not quite getting where it was or where I want it. So
Yeah.
I just went for some 50-watt deep heat projectors on either side, and that gets it to where I wanted. So,
Yeah.
and then obviously with the rain system and stuff coming on, the humidity stays relatively high. And then I just hand spray the plants and stuff occasionally when I see them looking a bit dry.
Yeah.
So, but
You know, they turned out good.
I'm going to see how the ferns go. Ferns hate me so much. So, you know, it'll probably end up with just more palms or rapis palms or something in there.
Lots of water.
I'm giving them lots of water, and I think they're already starting to go, you know what, screw you. So, yeah. I don't understand
what lights are you using on for the...
Just downlights.
Yeah.
Just downlights. And the thing that ticks me the most is they were sitting under those lights in those boxes for ages, perfectly fine. And even when I put them into these enclosures, I left them in their pots and just kind of like submerged them in the dirt.
Yeah.
Just to try to go, okay, not disturb you too much, leave you be. Yeah.
They do get a little bit of a shock when you replant them.
Oh, 100%. I don't want to... Well, see, that's the thing, is like I didn't exactly replant them because they were still in their pots.
Oh, so they're still in their pots now?
Yeah, I kind of just trimmed the top of the pot a little bit
Okay.
to kind of hide it, but I didn't want to like rip them out, put them into an enclosure, because I've done that so many times and that's killed them as well. So
What ferns are they?
I'd have to have a look. I don't remember the names of them, to be honest. I think one's like a button fern or something like that. One looks like a maidenhair fern, but it's like a super fine leaf.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think one looks like a bracken fern or something, so yeah.
Yeah, I had a bad run with maidenhair ferns for a while.
Yeah, well, you discovered though that you needed to saturate them, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and since then, it's been pretty good, but now that my room's shuffled, the mister isn't hooked up at the moment, so
Yeah.
got to go around and hand water everything. So I might actually just run line around my room everywhere just into these exoterras just to keep the water going.
It's not a bad idea, really. If you know, it can be expensive replacing a lot of plants, so.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then you're also making sure that your animals are, you know, well hydrated as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of good coming in and hand misting. I get to look at everything and, you know,
Oh, 100%.
have a look. And but no, I ordered some little blue lights off eBay just to do in the tank, so I can flick that. I know they can still see the light, but it's less disturbing than a bloody 4 LED downlights on. At least I can come in and feed, just turn them on, feed, just watch them for a bit.
Yeah. That's all I do it for. I tend to just, you know, I don't even do it every time. You know, it just depends on how quick I'm going to be. If I'm going to sit around and watch them, you know, actually move around and hunt and stuff like that, I like flicking those on. You know?
Well, that's the thing. Like, if I do that with the community geckos, I can actually watch them hunt. They will hunt with those lights on. But if I come in and turn these lights on, they'll freeze. They won't hunt, so I don't actually get to watch it.
And who knows what other sorts of behaviour you might happen to see.
Yeah, exactly. I've never seen mating. I've got all those clutches, never saw mating. I've seen mating behaviour, but never saw a lockup, which is something I definitely want to see.
Do you know I've never seen any gecko mating?
Oh, really?
Never.
Yeah, right. Stross usually just do it wherever. They usually do it on the front door.
It wouldn't surprise me with them at all, and I see plenty of people going, look at this. Here's, you know, a knobtail gecko or a, you know, thick-tail gecko or whatever having a crack. And I'm like, man, I'd just love to see it once. I don't even care what species.
Yeah.
I just seem to be not catching it, or, you know, maybe I just need to stay up later or something. I don't know. But, yeah.
Just set up the bloody grid connect, mate.
Yeah, sure.
Call it the gecko porn cam.
I've got a grid connect facing it. I just don't have it like tied up against them. But yeah, it's all good. All good. But yeah, no.
Get a few more
A few more.
power boards
Yeah.
for these once I get these ones done.
here's something that I never have seen in the reptile hobby, but I see quite often in like the fish keeping hobby. So quite often people in like in particular like the reef aquarium hobby, they get really nerdy with like their cable management and their like equipment management and stuff. I never see anybody do that with the reptile hobby. Hey, everyone's just got like a corner of shame where they've just got like banks of power boards and stuff just running everywhere.
Duffel adapters and stuff.
Oh, like that corner behind that monitor corner, I had to get into there the other day because I had a downlight that was flickering, and it was just because of the semi-loose in the power board or whatever. And I looked at it and I was like, oh man, this is not good. Like, I really just need to spend a half a day just neatening this all up and, hanging
I think
it
because most fish tanks, it's like usually one fish tank. So cable management on one tank is relatively easy. Whereas if you're starting to chuck on multiple tanks with extension leads and boards and everything else.
So when I say this, I probably don't mean like your little 50 to 200 litre reef aquarium. I'm talking about like the kind of crazy gearhead hobbyists that have like, 40 contraptions running their tank, and like every cord is neatly placed so you can't see a cable. It's like,
so you open the sump and everything else. Yeah, I think it's because it's all part of one thing though. Like it's, you know what I mean? Like it's, whereas most reptile tanks, the light comes out the top or sits on the top.
Yeah.
And everything just gets shoved behind it because you don't really, it's not like it has a bottom area where everything runs to, that pumps and stuff, you know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Correct. Yeah. I suppose my kind of theory there is like, so take my reef tank for example. I've got like a separate cabinet to the actual tank just for managing cables and stuff like that and power points and stuff. Whereas I think like some of these guys, like they do it so well that they hide everything. And it's not like you open your sump and you see a power point. It's like you can't see a plug. You can't see a cable. It's like, next level. Anyway, bit of a weird tangent, but something that I just haven't seen yet in the reptile hobby.
Yeah, I think that's, and plus, most people just keep stuff in tubs, so, there's no room for cable management. But in saying that too, like you've got like if you've got 4 or 5 tanks, there's like, to run the lead, your power point might be far away, you're not running like, not everything's in one spot.
Yeah.
That'd be the other thing too.
Yeah, like I suppose most
unless you're
hobbyists...
sparking, you're cutting plugs off and running plugs and doing all that stuff. That's like the people just wire up their own bloody lights in enclosures.
Yeah.
Like...
Lots of people doing that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I was going to try and neaten up these ones when I do these so you can't see so everything's kind of in the same spot over to one side, obviously, because the way I'm going to do the shelf so I can access it when I need to.
Yep.
But I actually left one of the enclosures open the other day, with my cornutus in it.
Whoa.
For like 3 hours.
That's risky business.
It was during the day though, so it wasn't. They pretty much don't move during the day. But I came in here, did something, and then my son called out to me, and I went out and I just closed the door behind me and didn't think, and I was out there, and I come back in and I looked. I was like, oh my god! And I was just quickly pulled the pieces of wood. I'm like, oh no, they're both still there. Good. Put them back, shut the door. I was like, whoa. Because I would have struggled to find them at the moment with how messy this room is, because I've got those new tanks. All the tanks are on the floor and stuff.
That would have been a nightmare.
That's why I'd love to build a room from scratch. I'd love to just build a room, have it completely sealed so nothing can get out. Have everything on wheels or built in, like, so you can't get behind it. And just have like a service door behind it kind of thing.
Kind of like Scott Iper's room.
Sealed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, similar to that. Obviously, I don't keep bends or anything like that, but, something like that, and have all the enclosures built in, and all your cables at the back, and
That would be incredible. That would
Yeah.
absolutely be incredible. One day, that's like the ultimate. Like, I've I feel lucky enough that I've got a bedroom that I can do this in. Because like coming
Yeah.
from my old garage, essentially, that was a bit of a
I
mess.
thought you were meant to say crack den. Coming from old crack den.
I was going to say crappy garage, and I was like,
Oh,
it wasn't
crap, yeah,
It
because I thought
wasn't.
you said crack.
It wasn't crappy, and it wasn't mine, so I can't call it crappy. But
Yeah.
you know, it was a garage. It was full of stuff,
Yeah.
and you know, if something got out, it was an absolute nightmare. You know,
Yeah.
like I had a few circumstances where I'd just like leave the bearded dragon tank open, and he'd just be like on the floor when my father-in-law got home, when he pulled in the driveway and opened the door, and he's like, "Oh, there's a lizard on the ground. I'll go put that back in Luke's box." Or like I've left the door open to my frill neck that many times, but he has not ever once made a dive for it. He's just like, "No, I'm on my branch. I'm staying here." So, I think the biggest breakout that I had is obviously the two greens. That was horrible, but
Yeah.
I had my pair of blackheaded monitors. They busted out a vent. So I had like a vent glued in, and I don't know if like just like the I can't even remember what I sealed it with. It was either like Sikaflex or what do you call it, liquid nails or something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it just got brittle over time or something like that, and decided to open up. But yeah, came home one day, vents off, two lizards are missing. I think I found the female. I found the female that night, like trying to.
Yeah.
Where was she? She was in the corner of the garage. I remember finding. I just saw her tail, and I was like, "Yeah, you beaut. I've got you." And the male I didn't get back for a week, and he came back with half his tail missing, sitting on a cricket tub. So
Oh, really?
I have no idea how he lost his tail whatsoever, but it was gone.
It's good you got him back, though.
Yeah, yeah. I was stoked to get him back because I hadn't bred him by that stage, and then even after all of that, I ended up having to put him in for surgery just to kind of clean up his tail because it was a clean cut, but there was bone exposed.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened. He must have got caught in somewhere or slammed in somewhere or yeah, whatever happened. So yeah, put him in for surgery, and he went on to, man, he's fathered that many black-headed monitors. Like there would have to be a solid 60 lizards out there from that pair, I reckon.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, very prolific.
Oh, that's lucky you got him back then.
Yeah, bloody oath. Good lizard. They were the parents to the two that I've still got here now. They're the ones that
Yeah.
Kurt gave me back. But
Yeah.
yeah, good bloody lizards.
Yeah, that's the thing. When I walked in, I was just like, oh, you kidding me?
Yeah, you freak out and you check. Oh,
Yeah. I guess that's the kind of the good thing with the geckos, too, is that, like, during the day, they don't move much. So if it was nighttime, I'd be screwed. But daytime, not too bad.
especially your geckos too. You know, like leafies and calves and stuff. I think you're pretty safe. I think if that was a strough or something that might be a bit more inclined to move around, maybe a different story.
Definitely. Yeah. But man, this frog's going off.
Yeah,
Oh, I suppose all the rainstorms coming over, and
bit of a
we
low
got two
pressure
bloody
system.
parents tree frogs living in the camper trailer at the front, in our camper trailer.
Yeah.
And it's funny, every day they go off and the kids just love it. They just run to the door and like, can you get them? I'm like, nah, I'm just going to leave them be. Because they tuck up right under the lip of the toolbox.
Oh, yep.
They're so noisy. It's so good.
They're so loud, hey.
Oh, yeah. But it's good to
I love
hear.
their call.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
It's real different.
It's kind of got that. I'm trying to remember it now because I haven't heard the ones back where I used to live. It's almost got like a bit of a trill at the end. Oh no, that's the red eyes. I'm
Yeah.
thinking of.
It's if I can bring up the Frog ID app.
I love that app. That is such a
Oh,
good app.
dude, I love it. I absolutely love it.
I love just getting on there and flicking through all the calls and listening to them and that.
Yeah, that's what I do. I do it all the time. Play it for the kids. The kids love it.
Have you ever used it to stir up your frogs?
Yeah,
That's always good fun.
that's the parents.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the red-eyed tree frogs that I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
So those guys kind of have like a... How's it go from memory? I think it's like... Rah, rah, rah.
Yeah. There you go. I love this app.
Did they leave the little trill at the end?
Not on that one.
Nah.
It
That's
may
the
be
thing. It
something.
kind of like they add like a little pigeon sound to the end of it where they're like...
Yeah.
That app is so
But
good though.
Yeah. It's such a good app.
Yeah.
A lot of work's gone into it. A lot of behind the scenes work you don't see.
Yeah.
Because every time you submit something, someone's got to listen to it, and then, you know. But no, it's such a good app. I mean, everyone listening has probably got it or heard of it. But if you haven't, download it.
Well, I think it's fantastic
'Cause
because
it's
the amount
good.
of times
Yeah,
I get asked, hey, what frog's this? You know, I'm like, man, like, hop onto the app. You know, like, find out what's in your
Yeah.
area. You're like, well, I don't know the frogs of Australia that well, to kind of say it's this or that. You know, but
yeah.
you know, definitely worth having on your phone, I reckon. Yeah.
Hmm.
I want.
Yeah,
is
definitely.
there any sort of like reptile ID apps out? There'd have to be. Surely somebody's done something.
Not ID apps as per like Frog ID.
Yeah. Okay.
There are apps you can get for like if you find stuff, you can log it.
Yes. Yeah.
That kind of stuff, but there's no like app that I know of. But it's probably a bit harder, but
Yeah. It doesn't look
But
like there's
yeah.
any in Australia that I know of.
nah. There's it's actually another book coming out too that I want to grab.
Oh yeah. What's that?
What was it Field Guide to Reptiles of New South Wales? I think it was.
Oh, I saw that. I think I saw that.
Yeah.
That did look like it was good.
Yeah, Field Guide to Reptiles of New South Wales, Swan, She and Saddler. Got a broadie on the front cover.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, wicked.
But I need to see if I had the third edition. But I need to add a whole bunch of books to my app because I've got a big pile I need to go through. Been pretty slack lately. So, man, it is bucketing down here. Can you hear the rain?
Yeah, it's coming through.
Yeah.
Actually, sounds like a little bit of white noise that I've been listening to lately.
Yeah. Oh, mate, that doesn't stop. We still listen to it.
Yeah.
And then when you stop listening to it, the house seems so quiet. I remember the first time we put it on, I've like woke up and I like dribbled all down the side of my cheek. I was like slept so good.
That's it. I'm like, I swear, I'm sleeping better than him.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, my missus was like obviously breastfeeding at the time, so like I'd wake up if he'd cry, but there was times where he just kind of would stir. So my
Yeah.
missus, because he slept next to us, just feed him and he wouldn't even cry, and I'd just wake up, just dribble everywhere, white noise machine going. Just go, oh, that was a good night that night.
Yeah.
And then like a couple of months later is when his sleep just went mental, and I slept for like 3 hours every night.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the days where it's not like, 2, 3 hour intervals.
Yeah, you got a few years for that.
I might just
that was
top
me
up my
last night.
glass
Yeah,
and see if I can make
that was
myself
me
sleep
last
better.
night.
Oh dear. Oh well. At least when it comes to him actually being able to recognise some things or whatever, I can always try to
Yeah.
come in here and calm him with some geckos. So
Yeah, you'll be able to do a bit of night herping.
yeah, give Mum a break for a bit.
Yeah. See, I've got to walk outside to do that, but
Yeah. I don't envy that.
I'm going to get drenched going back inside too. I'm not looking forward to that. That's for sure. It's good. I've been working in, it's not good on me working in St Ives, but I get to listening to podcasts for a bit.
Oh, wicked.
Been binging a couple of the Reptile Fly Clubs and this and that. obviously NPR and stuff. So it's good to get back into the podcast again.
That's
It's
actually
made
been
me keen
yeah.
to do more, but
That's been something that I've been missing for like the last month. And like this morning, I
Yeah.
hopped in the car and I was like, oh, I can actually listen to a podcast now. That's,
yeah. And so I can't listen to podcasts. Like I try and work around the yard and stuff because I'll put my earphones in. If I'm doing something, I can. But as soon as I go near my kids, they just pull my earphones out of my ears all the time and put them in their ears.
What are you listening to?
Yeah, what are you listening to?
Who's Chuck
And
Poland?
they're just like, yeah. And then they listen to it, they just give it back. Who's Justin Julander? Yeah. But, yeah. Actually, I ordered those books the other day too.
Oh, sick. So you actually got that
Yeah.
underway?
Yeah. So,
Right. I'll send you some money.
I don't know how much it is yet. He'll get back to me with the price, but we've ordered, like we're in for the whatever lot he's getting.
That's exciting.
So, but coming from the US, the postage is redonkulous.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't do anything.
That's why it's
by
better to buy a
halves.
couple of books.
I remember when you know when we sent Owen that shit stir, was it
Yes,
Yowie book?
Yowie book.
Yeah, I remember buying the book. I think the book was like $40 or something like that, and then I think like the postage was the same. I was like, holy crap! For a gimmick, this is an expensive gimmick. But
Yeah, I sent a book over to a guy in Canada. It was like $70 for a padded bag. It wasn't even a kilo.
Bloody hell!
And it was like, I was like, far out. And I think the postage from the US is like, I think he said something like $90 for the couple of books.
Whoa!
Yeah, 4 books is $90 or something.
I suppose if there's a bit of weight behind them, because they look a bit thicker than the
they
other
look
one.
big, these ones, yeah. But then I think he said if you add another book, it goes up again. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'll just get 4.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool though. That's super exciting. I'm keen to have a flick through that because I think they've added a lot to the natural history section.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. It's really good.
Yeah, and the photographs
Where'd
are
you
going to be
go?
absolutely killer too, by the sounds of it.
I think you were getting rained out. You might have to get a kayak.
Yep. I am. Yeah, probably will. But yeah, no, I think the photographs are going to be absolutely killer too.
Yeah, 100%. Somerville's got the cover, doesn't he?
I think it is, yeah. I think so.
Yeah. Pretty sure.
I think I'm
If not
lagging
mistaken.
behind you now with my crap reception.
Big
Yeah,
car.
that's a pretty awesome thing.
Yeah. Unreal, hey. That's definitely a massive
Yeah.
feat. I couldn't imagine even having a photo in a book, let alone getting a cover on one.
Yeah. Makes me want to go out and hurt more.
I've invited you, mate.
Hope.
Even I've gotten out and hurt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. I was like, how the hell are you getting out? And I bloody well can't. No, I had to do shit in the yard that day. I had a skip coming, so, had to fill the skip up. Otherwise, when they take the skip and if you haven't filled up, it's a waste of money. So,
That's true.
yeah.
You didn't put your kids in it.
Nah, my wife wanted to put me in it, though.
That kind of doesn't surprise me. I think my wife would do the same,
Yeah. Yeah, well.
especially with the mess that I've made in our courtyard recently.
Yeah, she's like, no more animals.
Yeah.
I'm like, noted.
Doesn't mean you can't
Noted.
get better enclosures. She didn't specify. No more animals.
No, that's right. But I'm like, I didn't say I need a couple more just to finish things off, but
Oh, that's right.
I don't need many more, and I'll be happy.
Kim won't listen to this anyway.
No,
Nor will my wife.
No.
This is a safe space. We hope.
that's right. It's in the
Until
ether
somebody
now, though,
outs us.
so- yeah. Listen to this. Screenshots are sent it to her.
Yeah.
Nah, she's pretty good.
Timestamp.
She's pretty good.
Our wives let us get away with a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Have to put up with us.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we drive them insane. Because I said to my missus, like, oh, because like I'll mention things to her, she'll forget. She'll mention things to me, I'll forget. Like, just because we're always busy. And then like that, she's like, oh, I'm going out with the girls tonight, like from Mother's Group for dinner. I'm like, oh, you didn't tell me that. She's like, yeah, I did the other day. I'm like, oh, that's right, you did. I forgot. And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to go to the book launch. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I told you about it. She goes, oh, yeah, I forgot. She goes, oh, well, listen, I don't have to listen to you talk about reptiles. You can go talk to other people about reptiles.
Get it out of your system. Have you been kind of following her around, like telling her little tidbits or something like that, things we haven't been talking as well? Like, have you been like just needing to have a massive vent to people?
No, I think not really. Hey, because I've been pretty busy with like work and stuff at the moment.
Yeah.
So, but I can tell when she's not listening to me. So I'll start talking and she's not listening. I'm like, I'm not even going to finish that because she just zones out. But no, that book launch kind of helped. It was like therapy.
Yeah.
Even though I don't talk much, but it was good.
It's good to even just be in the space of like-minded people.
Yeah, definitely. But
when she tunes out like that, that's the perfect time to start talking about how you're bringing home another 6 green tree pythons.
That's exactly what I do.
I told you.
That's exactly what I do. I'm getting this. You never told me that. Yeah, I did. Remember? No. No, it's all good.
Yeah.
But no. But yeah, once I get them, I'll be happy, I think. I'd just love to add a couple more green tree pythons in the future. But that's it.
Well, you pretty much got what you set out to get anyway, haven't you? A couple
pretty much. I mean, I'd always welcome more chameleon geckos, though. Always. But,
that's like me and Gillini. I've had people sending me more links to more Gillini recently, and I'm like, man, I do not have the space nor the funds.
Yeah.
So I'll just create my own.
Yeah, exactly. And then now I'm looking at the boys going, that enclosure takes up a lot of space. But
good lizards, though. Like there.
Yeah, I know. I don't think I could get rid of them, though. I do like them a lot.
I've often thought that about the boids. I'm like, yeah, not sure if they're for me or whatever. And then I go and like tongue feed them and check them out. And I'm like, oh, they're just so damn cool. Like they're just so prehistoric, and you know, mine are very pretty tame. You know, like so.
Yeah.
And they're just cool. Like they just hang out all day. Like I think since having ours in our lounge room, they like quite often they'll just kind of like jump down and look at me as if like, hey, where's the food? Can you let me out? I want to run around.
Feed us.
Yeah. You just open
Speaking
up the door.
of dinosaurs that look like lizards, how cool is that the reptile park's got some tuatara now?
Oh, mental. Absolutely mental.
Yeah.
They're the first ones in Oz, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely insane.
Yeah, I remember watching that little snippet. Jake opening up the package, getting them down and doing his thing. You could tell he was over the absolute moon when he undone that package and held it in his hand.
That'd be unreal.
Man. Yeah. Because what, don't they take like 25 years to reach sexual maturity or something like that?
Yeah, 25 rings a bell.
Something like
it is something ridiculous. It's at least 20 years, but 25 sounds a bit truer.
Yeah.
I saw... Where were we? I don't remember where I was in NZ, but it was at some sort of like wildlife park essentially, and they had like a big monster enclosure with probably about, I'm going to say 10 or 15 in there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, right.
But yeah.
I've never seen one, so...
They're a weird looking animal. I want to say they're a weird looking reptile, but they're not even a reptile, are they?
Yeah, like
I don't think they're classed as like a reptile or a lizard or anything. Like it's their own species.
a dinosaur or something like that. Yeah.
Whatever those funny looking lizard things are, they are awesome. Yeah. They almost remind me a bit like a Boyd's or something, but lives on the ground.
Yeah.
It's quite
Are they going to have them on display there? Or are they going to be off display?
I'm sure
Surely
if
you
you went
put
to
them on
that
display.
length, you're going to be putting them on display. They might be off
Yeah.
for a bit, just going through quarantine or whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I dare say that's going to become a mainstay attraction.
Yeah.
I'd think so anyway. Like,
I hope so. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be cool to see.
yeah. No, that is awesome. I like that those guys are kind of thinking outside the box about other things that they can actually have there and display. And you know, I know that when I went there and had a good chat to Jake and kind of saw everything there, he had so many ideas of what he wants to do and kind of spruce up there and stuff. And that was really cool to kind of hear his plans firsthand. What he wants to do. But
Yeah.
I'd say he's got a pretty fresh set of eyes on the place.
Sounds like it, which is always good.
Yeah. We can't stay the same forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Not in a zoo setting. You got to keep changing and chopping and drawing the crowds.
Yeah, that's right, because people just won't come. Like, if you go there once and you go there again, it's the same stuff.
Yeah.
But, it's like they said 5 years or something it took them to get them there.
Yeah, that's mental.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
Crazy. Well, if they do put them on display, because I'd like to go there and have a gander, that's for sure.
Yeah. I've got to go back up. I want to see the baby Komodos.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, shoot me a message, we'll go have a look.
Yeah, for sure. I'd be keen.
Yeah.
Keen to work it out.
Sounds good, man. Yeah. Sounds good. Oh, geez, hour
and 40 if you include the pre-chat, and probably another 40 at the end of this.
Probably 3 hours.
Yeah,
I'll run out of beer.
I've got a whole bottle of whiskey. I'm good.
I do too, but I don't have anything to mix it with. But anyway,
I wouldn't be going to work tomorrow if I kept going.
Yeah,
I've got to try to get some sleep.
Too.
Back at St Ives?
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's only like an hour.
Yeah, it's what, 20, not even 20 minutes for me.
Yeah.
All good. Righty, guys. We'd like to say a massive thank you to Eric and Owen and the rest of the NPR crew for having us. If you'd like to contact them, it's best to find them at moreliapythonradio.com and email them at info@moreliapythonradio.com. Make sure to follow the NPR network on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. As far as contacting us on our social media platforms, you can email us at australianherpetoculture@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram as well. Make sure to check out our Teespring store for podcast merch. The link is on the Facebook page. To see more of what Jason is doing, make sure to follow him on Facebook and Instagram at The Gecko Effect. For myself, you can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, and Teespring under Beach Scaly Beast. We hope to have you back next week for another episode of the Australian Herpetoculture Podcast. Good night, everyone.